Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Bunnybee, and I'll be kicking this channel off with a visual novel. It's probably going to be the majority of what I do, just because my computer can only handle so much, unfortunately, and plus it's a style of games I'm a little bit more comfortable with, at least to start. I have seen the anime for this one, but I don't know how much different or how much more detail the game's going to have, and plus it's been a while, so this should be fun. Anyway, I will stop blabbing and go ahead and start from the beginning. Onikakushi. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the Higurashi of world. Cry when they. Okay, anyway. We'll be inviting you into this world. Don't play tough. Please just enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. How long is full? The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. Alright. Let's do it. Ooh, comforting. Alright. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? I don't know. Maybe not murdering my face. That sounds like murdering my face. AD 1983. Ugh. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. Rather than my mind. I trusted her. Ugh. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. As if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly sobbing voice. And those tears making, yep. That mechanical repetitious sound finally stilled and everything fell silent. Only the cry of the cicadas remained, unknowingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. What was her vocal tick? I don't remember. She is no longer speaking because she's dead. The only one crying is me. She never cried. No, because she's dead. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there was none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Even though it's probably my fault that she's dead. Then why this pain, my eyes getting moist? Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I'd wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that, I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me? Yes. I've tried more than enough. No. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with her. That's evidence, like flowers by a grave, or evidence by a crime scene. That's how you get arrested. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head with my bat. I loved how demure you were. Ugh. because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Bouquet of death. Enjoy it. Perhaps I really did love you. I mean, we all show love in different ways. Higurashi when they cry. What an odd way to present the title. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk? That's a word. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of the locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There's nothing where I'm living now. I don't mean there just isn't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants. I keep forgetting this is set in like the 80s. And no arcades. Even an ice cream parlor would be unlikely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. Come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I'd lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. They're alright, I mean, it's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologized so much, so just forgive her already. Well, what did she do? There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. Well, maybe. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. You're young. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You poor thing. You just need to be more careful next time, you know? Don't trip and fall into the murder hole or whatever. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you. Douchebag, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. Okite. Just kidding. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. Oh, should I have given you a deep voice then? I apologize. Okay. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. We'd spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window in the city I was in, wow, I read that really weird. Half a day ago, we're in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we'd take a car deeper into the mountains. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. It's kind of interesting to see the art like this. kind of watercolor-ish. I like it. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although, in exchange, you could fill your lungs up with the crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away to the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. Yay, anime breakfast music. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. That's cool. Man. Such a laid-back profession. Oh. Dude, don't underestimate what artists have to go through. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the life of every artist ever. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. So am I. Christ. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that, though. Oh, you poor innocent flower. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. Sounds like a trip to the doctor. My mom was such a good cook. Then why was the egg raw? It was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. Full bowl of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on. First, I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. Oh my god. Anime food descriptions. Stop. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. I don't think I've ever read like an actual book that goes into this much detail about the eating process. Like, the anime does this too. It's not just visual novels. It's just a Japanese thing, I guess. Excellent as usual. I am the breakfast connoisseur of teenagers. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I'm not, no matter where I live. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. I continue to do that. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning, that was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that's what you would call being my rebellious phase. I mean, if she's going through all that trouble though, that's kind of douchey, but I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. Aw. Sorry, anime mama. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Good. I'll help you. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Rena-chan? Hurry, hurry. Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. Really? Pretty sure everyone would be like, yeah, dude, you tapping that? But, well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door. Please thank Rena-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a little bit more. Morning! Keiichi-kun. I don't know if I'm going to continue reading the honorifics because it's kind of weird. We'll see. Good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. I'm sorry, my brain lagged for a second. That was bizarre. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. Oh, that was him. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. Actually, I don't know who's talking. Whoops. She's so conscientious and such a good person. Better than me. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiji, you're so cold. Yeah, he's kind of a douche. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust. Without looking back. Oh, dick. Why are you so mean? Why? Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. You're such a dick. I'm kidding. I'd wait for you. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I'd wait forever until you came, Rena. No matter how long. Okay, you're laying it on a little thick. Forever? Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. Same, man. Same. Not for the same reason. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. You're a dick. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. Not all of them get dirty, though. Like, it's fine. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, a message from Mom. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. Would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. You're such a douche. Was it you, Rena, or was it your mom? Gotta know. Why are you asking who made them? Why? That was her thing. She repeated like the last word at the end of her sentence all the time, kind of. Like, it's slightly different in the Japanese version, but that's how they translated it, yeah. Okay. Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. Yeah. This poor girl. She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. Oh. Rena, it's fine. He's just being a dick. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. You're the worst. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you can handle it like the average person. Or so I decided for myself. I'll teach you how to people by bullying you. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, Mion, we'll never hear the end of it. No, you won't. Seeing as she'd keep spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to the school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here before we meet my bae. This seems like a good place to pause for right now, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to start updating as often as I can, I guess. I'm thinking for now at least 2 videos a week, but I work, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to stick to that, but we'll see. Either way, I hope you all have a fantastic morning, evening, whatever time of day it is, and I will see you in the next part. See you later!